emptiness as the true state of entities as such. We conclude that emptiness is, for Nagarjuna and his followers, the true state of entities as such, free from all human fabrications, which include the supposition of self-nature and taking false views. These entities are what we face in our daily life and are causally originated. The doctrine of emptiness basically reveals the true situation or state of entities, namely, the lack of permanent self-nature. This state is revealed in a negative manner rather than in a positive one. That is, it does not convey what the entities are, but what the entities are not. Namely, they are not in possession of self-nature. Moreover, this state is purely descriptive, without any substantive or objective reference whatsoever. That is to say, there is absolutely no such thing called being devoid of self-nature, or empty state at all, whether it be a thing in the phenomenal sense or a thing in itself. This approach to emptiness is clearly epistemological in character, with a practical and soteriological purpose behind it. In proposing this doctrine of emptiness, the Madhyamikas were concerned not merely with teaching people how to see the world, but also with teaching them how to act toward the world. When people understand that the world is, in essence, empty, devoid of self-nature, and the permanency they are so eager to seek, they will naturally cease to cling to anything and will control their thirst for worldly objects. Perversions and defilements can eventually be avoided. This freedom from clinging is, as the Madhyamikas and Buddhists in general understand, crucial to enlightenment. In relation to the practical and soteriological purpose of emptiness, we should pay attention to 2 points. First, emptiness is pragmatic in the sense that it helps people erase their attachment to and false understanding of entities, yet it has nothing to do with annihilation of entities. This is the positive significance of emptiness. This significance, however, has its restrictions. That is, emptiness is pragmatic insofar as there are attachments and false understandings. When the latter are erased, emptiness will have no object to work upon, and thus should not be made to persist any longer. Unconditional persistence of emptiness will tend to direct one to annihilation and nihilism. To decide whether or not one should make emptiness persist is, indeed, a matter of wisdom and experience. Second, the understanding of emptiness in terms of relinquishing false views shows Nagarjuna's deep practical concern for emptiness. The idea of the emptiness of emptiness can also be construed in this practical context, because the emptiness to be refuted refers to the false view of emptiness. Because the false view of emptiness denotes a view that regards emptiness as a substantive object, or a view that sees emptiness as nothingness, the aim of this idea is, to be sure, to prevent people from substantializing, objectifying, or annihilating emptiness. Paradoxically, this emptiness of emptiness can likewise be substantialized, objectified, or annihilated by false views. If the emptiness of emptiness is treated in this way, it must again be emptied or negated. Thus, theoretically speaking, the negation of emptiness can go on ad infinitum, and the practitioner has to remind himself constantly of the nature of emptiness, namely, it denotes the true state of entities. In addition, he must not abide in this nature of emptiness by mistaking it for a substantive object or nothingness.